Welcome everyone to Chelmsford High School's 105th commencement for the graduating class of 2022. My name is Alexandra Lococo, and I'm the secretary of the senior class. Would you all please rise and remove your caps for the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner? Everyone, please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may see.
You're too funny. I saw you come out.
Thank you, Allie. Dr. Lang, members of the Chelmsford School Committee, honored guests, families, friends, faculty, and of course, members of our Chelmsford High School graduating class of 2022. I'm Steve Murray, and the principal of Chelmsford High School, and it's my distinct pleasure to be welcoming you this evening to the 105th commencement. Before we officially start the program, I want to take a few minutes to thank some people for their contributions to make this event possible. Without their contributions of these folks in the planning, rehearsing, setting up, and executing this event, we certainly wouldn't be able to be here today for this joyous occasion. Special thanks to the deans, Dean Blagg, Dean McIsaac, and Dean McNeil, the office staff, Ms. Moreau, Ms. McMiniman, and especially Ms. Wint, the House secretaries, Mr. Stacy, Ms. Fallon, and Ms. Mason, Charlie, Chris, and Matt, our custodial crew, Ryan Poisson, Tom Peterson, and a host of others folks from the Chelmsford Telemedia, Chelmsford Plant Facilities, Mr. Sexauer, Mr. Rader, Ms. Camo, and our school counselors, our class advisors, Mr. Russo, Mr. King, all of our faculty and staff at CHS who demonstrate genuine care of our students, our National Honor Society volunteers who are here today, and then lastly, I want to thank the following parents: Ms. Keogh, Ms. Evans, Ms. Barker, Ms. Boucher, Ms. LeBlanc, Ms. Pauley, Ms. Balin, Ms. Brackett, Mr. Marshall, Ms. Santos, and Ms. Dombrow, Ms. Stevens, and a whole host of other parents in the PTO. Without their work, we would not have had the after-prom breakfast. So thank you for continually caring for our kids and helping keep them safe. Thank you very much. And as you can see in this program, we have several special guests here this evening who spent a great deal of care crafting thoughtful messages to help commemorate this event. So first, I would like to welcome our first guest speaker and welcome our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Jay Lang.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, parents, and the Chelmsford High School graduating class of 2022. On behalf of the Chelmsford Public Schools Administration, I want to congratulate you on your many accomplishments. Today is a special day in your lives and one that you will remember for years to come. This is also a special day for the Chelmsford Public Schools, as this is the 105th commencement exercise of Chelmsford High School. Class of 2022, you have developed many friendships and relationships that help inform who you have become. Many of the friendships you have made along your journey in the Chelmsford Public Schools will be lifelong and supportive during the high and low points of the years ahead. Let's not forget to take a moment to recognize the individuals who helped make it possible for you to be sitting here before us today, ready to take the next step in your journey and leave a mark on this world. Your teachers, counselors, administrators, and support staff have gone above and beyond to make sure you received the very finest education, especially during these past few COVID years. We've had to adapt, alter, and persist through COVID and the challenges it presents. Staff have never worked harder than they did these past few years. It challenged and pushed us as educators in ways we had not previously been challenged or pushed. You are very fortunate to have so many caring and committed supporters here in the arena today to celebrate your many accomplishments and recognize the young men and women you have become. Please join me in thanking all of your supporters along the way, your teachers, administrators, parents, brothers, sisters, and extended family members who have helped get you here today. The mission of the Chelmsford Public Schools is to educate, engage, prepare, and empower well-rounded and knowledgeable learners who persevere through challenges, demonstrate respect and integrity in their words and actions, are dedicated to their community, and display empathy as global citizens while discovering and pursuing their full potential. Our Pride core values: perseverance, respect, integrity, dedication, and empathy. You certainly have persevered over the last few years as COVID constrained our educational programs. However, in the end, I believe you'll be better for it. You have proven you can adjust and be successful in remote, in-person, and hybrid learning and work environments. You are well prepared and possess the knowledge and skills necessary to be successful in the next chapter of your life, whatever the first stop may be, college or career. The world has so much to offer, and you have so much to offer the world. Take advantage of opportunities presented throughout your life. Challenge yourself not to accept mediocrity. Push yourself to operate outside of your comfort zone. Enjoy life and pursue what truly interests and drives you. Consider for a moment the graduates who have come before you that you will soon join as alumni of Chelmsford High School. You have a lot to be thankful for. You've accomplished much in your academic life. You have earned the privilege to walk across the stage this afternoon to receive your high school diploma and be recognized as a graduate of Chelmsford High School, a graduate of the Chelmsford Public School District, one of the finest public school systems in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. The Chelmsford Public Schools have been a caring, safe, and supportive learning environment for you throughout the years. It is time to go and seek the opportunities that await you. I ask that when you leave Chelmsford High School, you continue to push yourself to learn, work hard, enjoy life, and give back to the community that has supported you and provided you with so much throughout the years. Once again, I want to congratulate you on your accomplishment. Good luck, Chelmsford High School, graduating class of 2022, as you begin the next chapter of your life. Make us proud.
It's my pleasure to welcome to the stage the chairperson to the Chelmsford Public Schools Committee, Ms. Donna Newcomb.
Good evening, distinguished guests, faculty, families, friends, and the class of 2022. Back in 2006, I read an opinion piece in the Boston Globe written by a staff member at the Jeremiah E. Burke School in Dorchester. The premise of the article was about defining success. If you Google success, you will find endless articles written on what constitutes success in life. Oftentimes, the focus is on accomplishment and recognition. The author of the article suggested that maybe it was time how we rethink how we determine the success we achieve in life. He went on to suggest that there are 3 measures we should consider using. The first, to assess how well we are able to care for ourselves. For example, do we have a value system that is reflected in our daily lives? Are we able to recognize our strengths and limitations and ask for help when we are struggling? Do we balance our physical, emotional, and social needs? The next measure is to consider whether we are able to care for family and friends. In assessing this, we might ask ourselves, are we available to family and friends when needed? Do we frequently put our own needs first? Do we show gratitude for the support and love they have shown us throughout our lives? Do we treat them with empathy and compassion and remain loyal during difficult times? The third measure involves giving back to the communities of which we are members. In this measure, we may ask ourselves, do we contribute to the quality of our community? Do we remain on the sidelines and complain about issues? Do we devote time and energy to improving places where we live, work, and play? I believe this article continues to resonate with me because I realize these measures of success, although seemingly simple, are much harder to achieve than one may think. As you go forward, choose your measures of success wisely. Don't allow yourself to use other people's measures. Success will equal happiness when you define what is truly important to you and remain focused on attending to those things. To the class of 2022, on behalf of the school committee, we wish you a lifetime of success, happiness, and peace. Congratulations.
Good evening and welcome again, all families, staff, and students. As we said, we're pleased to have you here for the 105th commencement of Chelmsford High School. Once again, welcome to Superintendent Jay Lang, Assistant Superintendent Linda Hirsch, the school committee, staff, and our special guests. Before we get started, I want to take a moment and recognize a special staff member. Ms. Deb Collins is retiring at the end of this school year. Ms. Collins has been a chemistry teacher at CHS since 2001. In all my years of education, rarely have I come across a teacher who has been as influential, as impactful as Ms. Collins. Regardless of the student and regardless of their grades, all have said how her teaching and mentorship prepared them for their studies and work beyond Chelmsford High School. Even though Ms. Collins barely crosses the 5-foot height mark, she's a giant in her field with massive shoes to fill. So all of us here in the arena and the thousands waiting to get in, we wish you a wonderful and healthy and safe retirement. Students, at this time, it would be appropriate to give her a round of applause. And thank you to the parents and families for coming out today to help us celebrate. It hasn't been an easy year for anyone, but you made it. Each year, I look forward to this day. It's a great way to celebrate this milestone. Even though we lost a year getting to know you, mainly because of COVID, your potential and immediate successes were clear, and the impact you had in our school community was so great that it doesn't feel like we lost that year. The class of 2022 excelled in all aspects of school life. Academically, you clearly excelled. Fine arts, we had a tremendous year. And it has been many years since our athletic program has seen the dual success of both the boys and girls athletics. Quite an accomplishment. Because each graduation season reminds us that the hopes of tomorrow are in this arena, and the promise of our future is bright. When hearing people talk about today's youth, not all are as complimentary. In fact, people often express their doubt in the abilities of the next generation. When people ask me what I do for a living, it's often followed with, how do you do that? I couldn't do that. I give you a lot of credit. Kids are so difficult. A couple of months ago, I was torturing my kids while we were driving, listening to talk radio. Although they were not listening, I was. One of the pundits talked about education, the state of our country's affairs, and also lamented about the future and said the future did not look bright, and went into a long diatribe of what's wrong with today's youth and what needs to change. You see, that's part of humanity, is the constant drumbeat and the complaining about the next generation. We often hear how the next generation lacks perseverance, grit, and seriousness of purpose. The pundit elaborated that the current generation is often buried in their phones, caring about themselves and only about the world around them. And this isn't the first time I've heard something like this. In fact, when I was growing up in my generation in the early 2000s, the same thing was said. And the same thing was said for Dean Blagg's generation in the 60s. There will always be people talking about the glass half empty. And there will always be people questioning the ability of those who come after them. This is just noise. This is the noise you need to ignore. Keep focusing on what is good and what you're good at and what gives you joy. And focus on what's important. Every generation complains about the next. This has been happening for thousands of years. The children love luxury. They have bad manners, contempt for authority. They show disrespect for elders, love the chatter in the place of exercise. That was from Socrates. So don't let these characterizations deter you. This is human nature. We grow up, we evolve, we mature. We tend to judge others more harshly in the areas that we excel. And our recollection of our youth isn't always that accurate. According to Nathaniel Sharping, if you're a dedicated bookworm now, it's easy to forget that you probably barely cracked the assignment that you had to read in college. Sharping explained that older generations often relate their current level of success against the daily struggles of becoming a respected and productive young adult, and often forget the molding it took to reach your level of success today. Although you successfully accomplished an important milestone, you are still evolving. Struggles you might have had in school can now be overcome, and the successes you've had in school can be built upon. That's part of getting older. You have the ability, you have the skills, you have the smarts to carry on and to correct what your predecessors started in this world. You clearly demonstrated that in recent years, and the talent of this class is on full display and has been on full display. In this arena, within this graduating class, we've had scores of students who've traveled abroad to such as Bolivia, Belize, and Costa Rica for humanitarian causes. We've had students participating locally and nationally in the Habitat for Humanity programs, in similar church endeavors, and other humanitarian causes. Scores of our after-school clubs and some of our plus blocks spent time raising money and clothes for people in need. And excitingly, students left CHS's digital footprint on the world when they hosted a day of programming on a TED Talk a few months ago. One of our students was awarded the winner of the Harvard Undergraduate State Science Olympiad. And several students in here during the pandemic started their own businesses, and another had their own YouTube channel. And please do not forget that CHS students in this arena created 2 student leadership conferences that I say would rival productions from professional development companies who've had decades of experience. These are just a few examples of our community and our country's bright future. These are just a small sliver of the examples of success and the potential of all of you. At the tender ages of 17 and 18, your future's not defined. You can choose to listen to the negative prognosticators, or you can choose to forge your own path and define your own future. The choice is yours. Hard work and determination will always be the keys to your success, because they've been the keys to your success so far. Author Sam Ewing said, "Hard work spotlights the character of people. Some turn up their sleeves, some turn up their noses, and some don't turn up at all. You clearly turned up, and you've done so as high school students. Imagine your capabilities as young adults with the world at your fingertips. The adults in this arena look forward to what the future holds for you. And this can only happen if you ignore the noise and stay focused. Continue to have faith in your abilities. Steve Jobs said, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped in dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. And don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition." I can't agree with them more. The irony is that all the complaining that adults and pundits do is about the current state of our country's affairs is a direct result of our current and past generations. You didn't create the problems of today. However, we have the confidence you can lead us and help fix the problems of today to make a better tomorrow. We're all so proud of you, and we look forward to reading and seeing about your future achievements. Congratulations to all of you. As much as CHS is a comprehensive high school that offers a quality 21st century learning and liberal arts education and co-curricular offerings, we have dedicated students who have shown their wit and shown their smarts, and one of our student speakers today exemplifies this rich tradition. It's my pleasure to introduce our first student speaker, our class salutatorian, Larry Yang.
Good afternoon, parents, teachers, family and friends, and my fellow graduates. My name is Larry Yang, and it's a great honor to be standing up here today as your salutatorian of the graduating class of 2022. And today's a pretty special day. In fact, it's a once-in-a-lifetime occasion, and undoubtedly one of the most important things any of us have ever been a part of. Today officially marks the last day of our high school journey and the end of our time learning here in Chelmsford. I remember my first day here at CHS. I remember seeing countless new faces of students from Parker. I remember myself getting lost in the maze that the halls seemed to be. I remember our very first pep rally when we were too shy to get rowdy and show what our class had to offer. I'm not really sure what happened during our sophomore year rally though. I think I was homesick, but who knows? And I'm sure we all remember that day in March of 2020 when quarantine began. The list just goes on and on. I think it's safe to say that the class of 2022 has definitely experienced its fair share of ups and downs, more than most of us probably wanted. What a journey it has been. 4 years together, 4 long years. And here we are, together as one, celebrating this journey here today. Today is no small feat. It's an achievement that represents the past 12 years of learning math, or science, learning how to write that killer essay, learning how to throw that perfect curveball, learning who we like and who we maybe aren't the fondest of, learning who we are and who we want to be in the future. So, I urge each and every single one of you to recognize and reflect upon all of the determination, perseverance, and hard work that you all poured into this graduating class over the years. Your patience, diligence, and even sacrifice, these things are embodied within each and every graduate here today. Although, we shouldn't forget about all of those who've helped us along the way. So, don't forget about those who support and shaped your identity over the years. Don't forget about all the counselors, teachers, deans, and friends who have pushed us along this long and difficult journey. Don't forget about family and your loved ones, those who've been with us as we've grown to who we are today. We're the culmination of our community and all of those who surround us. So, don't hesitate to say thank you as you stumble upon new communities throughout life. After today, all of us will go our separate ways. Some of us are going straight to college. Others are already finding amazing jobs. Many of us know what we want to do, and others are still seeking their true passions. A few people are moving across the country, and a lot are staying here on the East Coast. Last month, I actually watched this cool TV show on Hulu, The Dropout, and one quote stood out to me in particular. What would you attempt to do if you knew you could not fail? Now, I know that all of us have heard a million spiels about the importance of failure, but I encourage you, class of 2022, to pretend that failure does not exist. As you all move forward in your unique journeys, move forward with unbreakable confidence and unbridled optimism. Sure, failure is inevitable, but move forward with newfound vitality and spirit, and don't let anything stop you from forging your path in life, regardless of how different our paths may be. Move forward because the most important step you can take is the next one. I have no doubt that the class of 2022 is destined for greatness. We have spent all of our lives growing up alongside each other. We have seen each other flourish and prosper, but also struggle at times. Yet, we find ourselves together here one last time, ready to depart to the next chapter of our lives. So, I encourage you all to find your own futures. Find what you love to do. Find what will make a difference in today's world. Seize that golden opportunity when it arises. Good luck, class of 2022, on everything the future may bring. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. For the presentation of the class gift, please join me in welcoming to the stage the class treasurer, Ellen Angwin.
Hello, everyone. I would first like to acknowledge all the people who worked hard for us to be here right now. I know they will be thanked many times today and already have been, but they deserve it. Thank you to Principal Murray and the deans, Dean McIsaac, Dean Blagg, and my own dean, Dean McNeil. You have all supported us and been the driving force behind the school. Thank you to all the teachers who worked hard for us to be here, who helped us through online learning and all the other obstacles over the past couple of years. A special shout out to Mrs. Auntie Tomaso, the best plus block has the best teacher. Thank you for making the past 4 years great. Thank you to our family, friends, and coaches who have stood behind us through everything. I'd like to thank my family, Mom, Dad, and Abigail. You've been my biggest supporters and the reason I'm here today. To our guidance counselors for helping us plan our next few years and always being people we can talk to. A special thank you to Mr. McGrath and Mrs. O'Neill, the two guidance counselors I've had while at CHS. Allie, Kelp, and Marcos, thank you for being some of my best friends and people I could always count on. I couldn't have done this year without you. Not many other people saw the hard work, the stress, and the late nights that you guys put into planning this whole year. I saw how hard you all worked, and I appreciate the dedication and commitment you have put into this class. You guys are the best. And of course, Mr. King and Mr. Russo. You guys are the best class advisors we could have asked for. Thank you for everything you've done and for always leading us in the right direction. And most importantly, I'd like to thank you. All of you guys here, thank you for coming to our events, our dances, to House Olympics, and all of our fundraisers. You made our year the special year that it was. Parents, thank you for supporting us, for buying lawn signs, and for spreading the word of our fundraisers. We had an extremely successful year, and it was all possible because of you. With our funds, we were able to have a successful senior week with an amazing prom, barbecue, and banquet. We're not quite done yet, though. Although we leave CHS today, we will not forget the school, and the school won't forget us. Our class gift is a way to leave behind a little bit of our legacy at CHS. As many of you know, the Science Pond has been going through a series of renovations. The Science National Honor Society, under the direction of Mr. Morris and Mrs. Collins, has been beautifying the area so that future CHS students in science classes can enjoy it. They've already made a huge impact. The class of 2022 is going to do our part to help this effort. Our class gift will be a fountain for the Science Pond. And not just any fountain, but an aerating fountain equipped with lights to give the pond a new, inviting, and classy look. We hope this will help the effort to make the Science Pond a more welcoming place for CHS students. Every year, the graduating class donates some money to a scholarship fund. Our class is giving $5,000 to the Emily Myerson Memorial Scholarship. Emily is missed every day on the soccer field, the track, and in the classroom. We will never forget her smile, her positive spirit, and her kindness. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellen, and the class of 2022 for that thoughtful gift. Since Chelmsford High School opened in 1974, Principal Emeritus George Simonian, who's right there, has always identified the most important student in the school to be the class president. Mrs. Simonian would know This is the 66th Chelmsford High School graduation. Not only is the president responsible for leading the class, the president is responsible for taking the pulse and working with school leaders to help the school continue to evolve and come together. It is no surprise, due to no small part of their contributions to this wonderful institution, that each class president's name is inscribed and memorialized on a placard in the main hall. This year's class president has certainly lived up to these expectations. Please welcome this year's class president, Mr. Marcos Hernandez.
Thank you, Principal Murray. Administration, CHS faculty, staff, family members, relatives, and distinguished guests, welcome and congratulations to the Chelmsford High School class of 2022. It is an absolute pleasure to speak today on behalf of this excellent class, and it is only right I begin by thanking the people who make Chelmsford High School remarkable. Principal Murray, you are the heartbeat of CHS and an amazing role model for our class. Your contagious humor inspires me. We thank you. Deans McNeil, McIsaac, and Blagg, your ability to build strong relationships while still holding us accountable is impressive. We thank you. Shout out to your 2022 House Olympic champion, Emerson House. CHS faculty and staff, you inspired us even on the days when we didn't want to learn. Your efforts to make sure our school runs smoothly does not go unnoticed. We thank you. And to our biggest supporters, our parents, every homemade meal, car ride, and hard lesson you have given us, we thank you. Allie, Ellen, Sankelp, Mr. John King, and Mr. Robert Russo, don't think I forgot about you guys. Thank you for this unforgettable year of memories. I'm very proud of all of our accomplishments. I would personally like to thank my family as well. Mom and Dad, thank you for all your sacrifices that you've made to build me as a friend, teammate, student, and son. And to my two big sisters, Ali and Cora, thank you for being the sweetest and strongest sisters I could ever ask for. I love you. Well, class, this is it. Here we are at the Songus Arena, standing on top of 12 years of our accomplishments, something we've only dreamt about. I hope it's everything you've ever imagined. So, now that we're here, let's do a little reflecting, shall we? We had an amazing year this year after almost 2 years of COVID restrictions. But I don't want to talk about COVID, so let's look at the positives. No pun intended. Here are some of my favorite accomplishments from this year. Well, first, we have our football team for their outstanding record, the best we've seen them in years. We also... And congrats to our theater guild for winning at regionals for the first time in 4 years. We also had a new Assassin's record this year. Mike Burns eliminated all 70 teams at once. Very impressive. But for real, I know I can't, but I wish I could list every accomplishment from all 350 of you, because our accomplishments are a testament to our growth over the 4 years in high school. And let me tell you, those 4 years went right before our eyes. I don't know if you remember, but when we were just freshmen, we were all told that your 4 years are going to be over before you know it, so enjoy it while you can. I remember laughing in their faces with my little freshman attitude. It's funny because everyone actually knew what they were talking about. However, there was one thing every person forgot to mention: change. It's amazing how much has changed in just a short period of time. When we walked into CHS 4 years ago, we all had a laid out plan of what the next 4 years would offer. Some of our plans worked, while others not so much. For me, I would have told you that I'd be doing theater in the fall, basketball in the winter, and baseball in the spring. But my plans changed. I got a job and had less time for theater. Sure enough, cut from the basketball team my junior year. Maybe I couldn't keep up with kids like Matt McCarthy. I'll try not to be bitter about that. These unexpected changes forced us to move on from some of the things we loved. We allowed doors to close. However, in doing so, other doors opened. This was a very important lesson that I had to learn, so I figured, a lesson learned should be a lesson shared. So here it is. Do not reject change in your life at the expense of missing out on new opportunities. In the words of Albert Einstein, life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Or in the words of Lil Baby, whatever you gotta do, just do it. But don't get me wrong, I understand no one likes change. Way back in the 1960s, there was a group of 4 musicians who were changing up the music game by writing a different style of R&B and rock songs. They were told by countless record labels they weren't good and deemed failures by the media. However, later they decided to call themselves the Beatles. Abraham Lincoln, Bill Gates, Walt Disney, Steve Jobs, all innovators that began with failure, proof that even the most successful icons learn and adapt from their mistakes. So, you may be asking, Marcos, why are you telling me this? I'm not Bill Gates. Well, you, the class of 2022, will fail at some point in your life. But by taking calculated risks and learning from the humbling experiences of failure, you will eventually be successful. This whole high school thing, this is just the pre-game to life. So don't worry about what you'll leave behind, because Chelmsford isn't going anywhere. Don't use fear of failure as an excuse to stay comfortable, because as high school taught us, change is inevitable, but it's the growth that's optional. Thank you all for being the best class to ever grow up with. I love and am proud of each and every one of you. Congratulations, and I wish all of you success in your future endeavors. Thank you. Though it is time we must say goodbye, it is only the beginning for the class of 2023. It is beyond doubt that the next senior class is in great hands. From the short time we have witnessed Marty as class president, he has shown himself as a leader with honor and integrity, which has been the hallmark of this position over the past decades. It is my honor to pass the gavel to the class president of the class of 2023, Mr. Martin Coleman.
Thank you, Marcos. On behalf of the class of 2023, I'd like to congratulate all of you for your achievements, grit, and personal evolution in completing this instrumental stage in your lives. The hard work that each and every one of you put in over these past 4 years is deserving of meaningful reward and celebration. Now, despite experiencing an irregular first few years at CHS, my class and I have constantly been able to look to your class for inspiration as a body of strong role models, infused with fierce resilience, unmatched brightness, and kind souls. It's been nothing short of an honor being in your presence over these past few years, and the uplifting aura that you brought to our school and our community will be greatly missed. To Ali, Ellen, Sankalp, and Marcos, who endlessly strived to improve our school and represent our student body throughout whatever adversity was thrown in their direction, CHS sincerely thanks you for your consistent and impactful leadership and dedication. Your enthusiasm and your brilliant work has not only resulted in the flourishing of the class of 2022, but has set a lasting legacy for years to come, characterized by an unmistaken ability to unite the senior class and thrive throughout hardship. Next year, I will do everything in my ability to continue and uphold your distinct legacy along with my fellow officers. So with that, I'd like to wish you all in the class of 2022 success and fulfillment in the bright futures that lay ahead of you. Regardless of where life may take you, I am certain that you will achieve excellence and leave your mark on the world. Regardless of how far you go, I challenge you to remember where you came from, for you can rest assured that CHS will remember you. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcos and Marty. The valedictorian is a position of supreme honor as our highest achieving student. The title valedictorian represents the student who's excelled over a 4-year period in every aspect of their studies. So it's my pleasure to introduce this year's valedictorian, Ellen Angwin.
Thank you, Principal Murray. April 20th, 1999, Columbine High School, 15 lives. December 14th, 2012, Sandy Hook Elementary School, 26 lives. February 14th, 2018, Stoneman Douglas High School, 17 lives. May 24th, 2022, Robb Elementary School, 21 lives. Yesterday, today, tomorrow. How many more schools? How many more children? Over 27 school shootings have occurred in the United States in 2022 alone. That's an average of more than one school shooting per week. Since the Sandy Hook school shooting in 2012, 948 school shootings have occurred. From kindergarten through 12th grade, this is something every child has to think about. For 12 years of our lives, this reality exists in the back of our minds as we go to school, and especially in these past couple of weeks. We live knowing that it could be us. It could be someone we know. But this can be stopped. An 18-year-old buys an AR-15 rifle for his birthday. The next day, he buys 375 rounds of ammunition. 2 days later, he buys another rifle. Within a week, he carries out the second deadliest school shooting in American history. This 18-year-old is armed and armored like a soldier. He's unstoppable. And the worst part is, we let him be. Assault weapons can fire more rounds per second and shoot ammunition at a higher velocity, making them far more deadly. They are killing machines. A civilian simply does not need a war weapon. Assault rifles were designed for combat. They were made to kill. And unfortunately, they've been doing their job. Sandy Hook, Parkland, Uvalde, all evidence of the massive killing power of assault weapons. The 1994 assault weapon ban admittedly showed that banning assault weapons doesn't decrease the number of mass shootings, but it does make shootings less deadly. If the Uvalde shooter had entered the school with a lower capacity gun, he would not have been able to create the carnage that he did. He would not have been able to stand in an elementary school and methodically execute 19 children. His gun gave him that power. No school is safe from a weapon that deadly. The NRA argues that assault weapons are used for hunting, but they've also been used in almost all of the deadliest shootings over the past 20 years. Hunting is a sport. Taking human lives is not. Change requires sacrifice. Maybe it's time we sacrifice hunting, sacrifice being able to shoot more rounds at our game so that we can stop sacrificing our children. An assault weapon ban isn't the answer to our problem, but it's the first step we need to take. Fewer lives will be lost, and any life that can be saved is worth saving. As a counter-argument, many people say that better mental health resources are the answer to the problem. And it's true, that would help. But that won't resolve the whole issue. It takes a damaged person to decide to attack a school, but it's their weapon that gives them the power to do it. I don't think guns are inherently bad. I don't think people are inherently bad. But when a dangerous gun lands in the hands of a dangerous person, there is disaster. There is massacre. Gun violence has already reached too many communities. If this continues, it's only a matter of time before gun violence takes something irreplaceable from all of us. After every shooting, we send our thoughts and prayers to the victims. But thoughts don't save lives, and prayers don't change policy. After every shooting, we say never again, but words don't prevent tragedies. We need action. We are all eligible to vote, or soon will be. Our vote is our power, and we need to use it. We need to put people into office that will take action to protect us. We need to make sure this stops. Let's promise ourselves that we won't let this happen anymore. Let's promise our friends that they'll be safe. Let's promise future children that this won't be the world they live in. Let's promise to change. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellen. Please join me as I welcome this year's Vice President for the class of 2022, Sam Kelp-Boyer, to introduce the faculty speaker.
Good evening, everyone. I'm honored to be representing the class of 2022 as your Vice President, as well as introducing this year's commencement speaker. Class of 2022, take it all in. We did it. We graduated. We made it to the end without being 6 feet apart and our faces being shrouded by a mask. I want you all to take a moment and look around and realize how incredible of a feat we have all accomplished. Despite every setback we have had as a class, we remain poised, resilient, and most importantly, determined. We made so many countless memories and became a tightly knit community, whether it was in the classroom, through clubs, through sports, or whatever. The journey I've had with all of you for the past 4 years is nothing short of incredible, and I cannot emphasize how grateful I am for the Chelmsford High School community. We have left such an impeccable legacy on the Chelmsford High School, and it will never be forgotten. Our accomplishments this year as a class are countless and goes to prove how amazing we all are. It's bittersweet that our time must come to an end, but I know that you will all succeed in whatever avenue you choose after your time here. So as you guys embark on this journey, I want to say thank you. Thank you to my family. Special thank you to Marcos, Ellen, Allie, Mr. Russo, Mr. King. And thank you to all the wonderful teachers who allowed us to reach new heights. And thank you, class of 2022, for being the best class I could have ever dreamt of. This year's commencement speaker is an extraordinary person. Whether he's coaching the track and field team, being an exceptional history teacher, or rowing away in the weight room, Mr. Richter proves to be a quintessential part of Chelmsford High School. Mr. Richter's dedication and passion to teaching and coaching is unmatched. He always goes the extra mile to ensure that every student can be the best they can possibly be. Mr. Richter's commitment to teaching and his ability to motivate students has impacted me personally. My junior year, I was devastated that I had been cut for the boys basketball team, so I began my first season of winter track. I started off terribly, as Mr. Richter can remember, but he soon developed me into the well-rounded athlete that I am today. His consistent motivation and ability to extract my fullest potential has made me grow a deep love for the sport. Without Mr. Richter, I would have never found this hidden gem that brings me so much joy, and this joy can only be associated with the passion and excellence that Mr. Richter provides as a teacher, coach, and mentor. Mr. Richter's ability to relate with students so well and be so humorous has caused him to be so loved by the Chelmsford High School class of 2022 and the rest of Chelmsford High School. Whether it be calling me Kelpshake, talking about the Wordle, or doing excellent impersonations of the students, Mr. Richter never fails to brighten anyone's day. So, Mr. Richter, we'd like to collectively thank you as an entire class for all the support you've provided us and all the excellent traits you possess that makes Chelmsford High School such a vibrant community. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to welcome Mr. Richter.
Thank you, Sandkelp, for those kind words. I'd like to thank the class of 2022 for the opportunity to speak today. When I was first approached to give this year's commencement speech, I was deeply honored. However, I wondered what wisdom or message I would impart on this year's graduates. I'm 36 years old and I have 2 loving and supportive parents and a loving and supportive wife who are here with my brother today. I have not overcome any great obstacles, or even have a singular defining achievement on which I can draw upon to inspire people. What I do have, other than the biggest eyebrows at CHS, is pride in your successes and accomplishments over the past 4 years. Hope you bet the under. During that time, I have gotten to know so many of you in class, at track, or just in the hallways. At 36, I'm double as old as you are now. Despite this, in some ways, my own time in CHS feels like yesterday. I've always tried to think about my own experiences when creating my classroom environment and activities. I remember what it was like to be in your place. At a seminar I attended earlier this year, we had to introduce ourselves using one descriptor. My choice was relatable. As a teacher and a coach, my focus has always been building a community where all members relate to one another and work toward a common goal. The best explanation of my goal came from the sitcom The Good Place. The show is a fictionalized version of the afterlife. The characters all believe they are in heaven, or the good place, However, the main characters quickly determine they've been wrongly granted admission. In an attempt to earn their stay, the characters study philosophy to become better. One of the themes they are introduced to is the idea of contractualism from the philosopher Tim Scanlon. Simply put, Scanlon's ideas boil down to the question, what do we owe each other? I've always thought about that question while teaching. Teachers owe students respect, dedication, knowledge, integrity, safety, and support. However, the best question of what we owe each other is simple. We owe each other empathy. Most often, empathy gets associated with compassion or concern, but it's more than that. Teaching with empathy means making the classroom a space where students can feel successful and comfortable, where they can share answers, views, or opinions without getting judged. That's what empathy is. It's being aware of the experiences and needs of others. Empathy allows us to celebrate each other. Empathy allows us to celebrate each other in times of happiness, like scoring a last-second goal in a state tournament game or getting nominated for a Tammy Award. Empathy allows us to comfort one another in times of need, like the upheaval caused by the pandemic or the tragic loss of a classmate. Empathy allows us to support one another and form communities. It leads us to attend plays, musicals, and concerts. It helps us come together at a soccer tournament. Over the tragedies, struggles, and triumphs over the past 4 years, it is empathy that has allowed you to come together and get to this moment. When visitors observe CHS, they're struck by the bonds between teachers and students. Teachers are frequently conversing with students at the beginning of every class and celebrating their achievements and helping them through the difficult times. Empathy is how students checked in on teachers during the pandemic when confronted with other struggles. I especially appreciate how often my plus block checked in just to say hello, and Mary, I'll challenge you for the best plus block. Empathy is the celebrations other plus blocks have with teachers to mark their milestones. Empathy is students reaching out and asking for a teacher's address to send a card for a birth of a new child or a death in the family. Empathy is the sheer joy experienced by student coaches in unified PE as the athletes find success. Empathy can be both global and local. Recently, the state added a civics project requirement to high school. Students are encouraged to think about the important role we play as citizens and members of our community and act with civic empathy to better their environment. Student groups or plus blocks are frequently demonstrate empathy by helping others affected by tragedy through taking donations for victims of natural disasters or the recent collection to help those displaced by the conflict in Ukraine. As a result of all your experiences here, the class of 2022 has demonstrated empathy in countless ways. As you leave here, take that with you. Empathy will help you be successful in any pursuit. It gives you the ability to sense the feelings of those around you. We all carry our own responsibilities. We want others to be respectful of us. As you tackle your next challenge, remember, no matter what, when interacting with others, it's important to consider their experiences and adapt. Be mindful that the way you move through the world impacts others. This is empathy. Empathy will make you a better roommate, employee, brother, sister, son, or daughter. It's all considering what is happening to other people and feeling what they're feeling. It's easy to get wrapped up in your own schedule, to focus on your own life. Here at CHS, you guys have supported, celebrated, and loved each other. Make sure you continue to do so wherever life takes you. Congratulations, the class of 2022.
Thank you, Mr. Richter. And now the moment we've been waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my distinct honor to present to the Chelmsford School Committee and the Superintendent of Schools the graduates of the class of 2022 for the conferring of their diplomas. As the principal of Chelmsford High School, I have certified that the students before us have satisfied all graduation requirements and competencies articulated by the Chelmsford Public Schools and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Let's get started. This does not roll back.
Of Emerson House, Alejandra Marie Alcala. Mia Rose Bouchain. Benjamin Joseph Blute. Ryan Desmond Brackett. Michael Donald Burns. Aiden Jonathan Bootsy. Michael John Caruso. Sarah Catherine Caruso. Jonathan Dylan Chan. Alex John Chasen. Michaela Ann Climo. Vanessa Elizabeth Cloutier. Kira Marie Comtois. Jonathan Charles Cotta. Chloe Ann D'Agostino. Lexi Marie D'Angelo. Ganesh Mahesh Danke. Jaden Robert Dela Cruz. Kara Cheryl DeMulpier. Harry Thomas Dillon. Emma Rose Datavi. Seamus Michael Doherty. Emma Catherine Donovan. Kaylee Duncan. Leo Lewis Early. Alana Kalyan Erlinson. Sarah Kathleen Evans. Emily Barbara Rose Fortier. Aisling Abigail Frugally. Miranda Garrigan. Leah Marie Garvin. Leah Leach Gaspar. Alec Joseph Giacchetto. Natalia Jo Giampa. Bradley Gerard Glassford. Sia Nilesh Gunda. Khan Mai Ha. Katie May Harper. Jordan Whitney Harris. Megan Conway Haynes. Michael James Hennessy. Julia Rose Hogan. Fawad Shahab Hussein. Murad Jamil. Nathan Joseph Jones. Goreng Carpe. Patrick Douglas Kavanaugh. Brooke May Kelly. Marissa Francis Kenny. Biliwan Bibi Kumpalawan. Emmanuel Carabo. Shomik Kundu. Sean Christopher LeBlanc. Julie Catherine Madsen. Isabella Louise Mahoney. Samantha Diamond Zuzis Malone. Sean Joseph Matthews. Matthew Sullivan McCarthy. Danielle Juliette Mello. Ella Christine Morin. Drew Everett Munson. Michelle Miha Moingi. Caitlin Amelia O'Brien. Josephine Rose O'Hare. Carly Sarah Otto. Cheyenne De Silva Palladini. Nicole Lee Palumbo. Divyam Mehul Patel. Rahil Sachin Patel. Shivani Sunil Patel. Nicholas Robert Perrin. Julia Jane Pitts. Adam James Post. Jacqueline Melanie Pottle. Thomas Patrick Pratt. Miguel Andres Preciado. Connor Stephen Quirback. Vishant Lakshman Rajkumar. Nicholas Anthony Richapi. Patricia Hoyt Regan. Colin Thomas Reed. Ananya Rainapurkar. Abigail Lauren Rice. Colin James Robinson. Lawrence Joseph Robson Jr. Ashton Rich Reyes Rojas. Neva Marie Sa. Gabriel Angelo Santos. Catherine Jean Schaefer. Lindsay Rose Siaka. Madison Unbyul Shin. Emily Ann Silva. Matthew Ian Smith. Aiden Korath Sohm. Evan Patrick Stover. Aisha Taha. Emma Mae Thornton. Sonia Marie Tripp. Frank Tian Yu Su. Brooke Valorand. Paige Tan Tao Vu. Tegan Sky Wink. Faith Zhao. The graduates of Hawthorne House: Isabel Claire Alanya, Zachary Michael Allen, Ananya Anand, Tanish Venkata Aravetti, Sean Singh Bade, Christopher Michael Bartos, Jared Christopher Beauregard, Alana Rose Berkowitz, Tracy Swaroop Bhatnagar, Vyom Swaroop Bhatnagar, Maxwell Raymond Bro, Campbell Catherine Geyer Brown, Harry Q. Brown, Sophia Eleanor Bruch, James Walter Buckley, Nicholas Joseph Carmillo, Mahijas Chaudhary Chava, Ruby Jeanette Collins, Anya Marie Consilvio, Hannah Mae Corfield, Matthew Tyler Craven, Miranda Lee Crawford, Lily Grace Daigle, Brendan Stephen Davidson, Douglas Henry Damaris, Daniel Richard DiBenedetto, Thomas Yushang Du, Megan Elizabeth Dunn, Rania El-Hekawi, Mason Cooper Emero, Theodore Riyad Farag, Jacob Clyde Falkenham, Owen William Flanagan, Joseph Thomas Fleming, Abhiram Gare, Tyler John Gigliotti, Dante Tanini Giles, Sophia Camille Green, Mia Jean Gaeta, Jenica Lena Ham, Samuel Liam Hargett. Grace Valentine Hoffman. Benjamin William Hogan. Jenny Mai Huynh. Katrina Elizabeth Janakos. Daniel Jung. Thomas David Keogh. Michael Emil Kella. Arena Kondakshan. Matthew Stephen Kuntz. Nicholas Michael Lacava. William Senan Lambert. Nolan Geary Lawler. Josephine Dantas Lebrun. Maggie Lee. Adam Robert Lazine. Celia Mary Lupoli. Emily Flanagan Magnan. Avery Diana Marr. Malia Joy Marshall. Grace Suzanne Matson. Ella Michelle McDuffie. Mary Shannon McMaster. Hannah Christina Michaud. Allison Christian Moralt. Leah Diane Mitchell. Kaylee Marie Mungovan. Jack Thomas Norton. Nicholas William O'Donnell. Samuel Lurie Oliveira. Laura Ann Oliveri. Jaden G. Ortiz. Henry Wallace Pansagraw. Jack Curtis Pelkey. Elsie Donna Pellegrino Solomon. Taylor Walter Perkins. Daniel Vincent Pinto. Madeline Joy Priestley. Jennifer Angelica Purpura. Abdul Rafay. Peter Francis Rabowski. Sophia Elisa Rodriguez. Emma Catherine Ruggiero. Roy Perron Sang. Karina Isabel Salazar. Daniel John Schiefen. Allison May Shalek. Elizabeth Maria Silva. Sarah Anna Silva. Darius Jacob Sobian. Lara Alfred Solomon. Riley Lynn Sovey. Charles Frederick Spengler. Megan Bassett Spooner. Kyle Robert St. Peter. Jennifer Sue. Aiden Mason Sullivan. Owen Padraig Sullivan. Cleve Uele Ulanga. Nancy Queen V. Michael Joseph Visho. Brian Santos Villatori. Keegan James Walker. William Edward Walsh. Matthew Rashad Washington. James Patrick Wickland. Omoye Kacinda Williamson. Dylan Lee Woodall. Larry Yang. The graduates of Whittier House. Athul Ashok. Azan Sadiq Ashraf. Sachi Badola. Joseph Gino Baker. Sophia Elizabeth Balin. Haley Joyce Bowden. Caitlin Ann Bentley. Fabricio Bernardi. Myrna Pache. Sophia Jacobson Boucher. Kayleen Jacqueline Brewer. Grace Marlene Brown. Aiden Moynihan Buckley. Jenna Renee Kabika. Kayla Dawn Carlson. Ashley Marie Clark. Carter Daniel Colucci. Shayla Marie Corcoran. Liam Patrick Crowley. Milana Genadivna Dadian. Devin Jordan DeJesus. Aaron Kenneth Diaz. Julia Donley, William James Dudek, Abigail Sarah DuPont, Lila Grace Elgamo, Kelly Ann Enright, Lauren Ann Irvin, Brianna Elian Figueroa, Harris Myra Grisel Figueroa Soto, Devlin Edward Ford, Matthew Michael Gale, Kendall Faith Gauntlet, Rohan Joe Gladson, Alyssa Susan Goslin, Paul Emerson Graham, Tamara Marie Grand, Navia Gumidi, Rachel Hawks Hansen, Griffin Patrick Hart, Delaney Lynn Hayes, Margaret Mary Higgins, Maggie Michelle Holden, Tarun Kanan, James Douglas Keefe, Renee Barbara Kennedy, Rishi Guru Krishnan, Colin James Lane, Madison Lynn Lane, Sarah Margaret Latham, Josie Elizabeth Lee, Owen Joseph Lee, Nico Tomas O'Neill Latendra, Vienna Lee, Richard Thomas Looney, Zachary Zygmunt Lai, Haley Isabel McMillan, Revati Anand Maharkur, Courtney Nicole Markham, Catherine Elizabeth Mason, Keegan Victor McCarthy, Erin Kathleen McNulty, Carolyn Elise Medwar, Stephen Isaac Melanson, Carter Maxwell Mills, Chloe Renee Molinari, Harry Rex Monahan, Allison Elizabeth Moore, Jameson George Muldoon, Troy Anthony Muldoon, Mallory Catherine Murphy, Paul Jaguna Mora, Malin Tavon Nguyen, Kalyan Ismaya Nuv, Chase Harrington O'Neill, Chidebere David Onyebor. Nosa Andrew Bilal Levi Oseriton. Mahamaya Shrisha Pai. Arya Vijay Patel. Om Hatulbai Patel. Dave Atul Patel. Olivia Lynn Pellegrino. Aiden Lee Fong. Nicholas Richard Pleva. Sarah Elizabeth Poor. Marissa Lynn Quinn. Autumn Maya Reed. Owen Lewis Riga. Eric Michael James Rigo. Andrew James Ricard. Sarah June Rivera. Colin Jack Ryan. Donovan Edward Ryan. Yara Sadiq. Sarah Lucille Saliba. Jillian Rose Shenna. Vanshika Singh. Megan Lee Smith. Nicholas James Sneeden. Gianna Marie Sirocco. Bryce Michael Stacy. Michael Christopher Stagnan. Elizabeth Mariola Swanson. Mia Ann Tassanari. Anthony James Torres. Stephen Robert Villeneuve. Krista Grace Wilder. Isabel Capo Windolowski. Linda Yu. Ellen Mason Angwin. Alexandra Carmela Lococo. Sankalp Ajit Boyer. Marcos Alexander Hernandez.
And for our final closing remarks, I'd like to bring back the class president, Marcos Hernandez. Before he speaks, I'd like to give some information and directions. After Marcos speaks, includes the program and turning of the tassels, faculty, if you just bring your robes up to the talent room, and now your class president.
Members of the Chelmsford High School graduating class of 2022, please rise. Please grab your tassel and move it from the right side of your mortarboard to the left. Congratulations, class of 2022. We did it.
Thank you all and have a wonderful night. Thank you.